I don't know, with this constant constant noise, it's kind of like we just like lose focus. We're just like we're not thinking about anything. We're as the dead people, we're like in a trance.
Cryo! Yo. All right. A bit of a tougher day today, right? We saw some two very close games, a lot of back and forths. And where we land here today is, I mean, playoffs are still in front of us, but a lot to put behind us for sure. Take me through just a quick high level overview every day from your eyes.
Today felt very off, to be honest, within myself and within our team.
Mhm.
It was our first time playing in that little like small like back room area,
Mhm.
our first match there, and it's a lot different than playing on stage. So the whole like atmosphere and environment, energy, it felt very. So hopefully we can just clean it up for playoffs. But I think we had our moments in that series where we had some good team play. So just looking at the positives, but yeah, of course we just have to clean it up for playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad call. Exactly, like because like there's a lot to look forward to, right? That's the biggest thing there too, which I've definitely been focusing on, thinking about it a lot as well for y'all specifically, right? There's a lot on the horizon, but that's interesting you say that, right? Because I was talking to Cap a bit before this too, and it was also their first day, also the closet, right? And they were talking about like how like it was just a weird kind of silence that falls over you each round. Does it feel almost deafening for you, right? Because like I know you can't really hear the audience a lot, but like when like after a round win, I feel like you also want to look out and see people be like, yeah, but you're like, nice, that's a fucking fence in front of me. I can't do shit.
Yeah.
It's weird.
From my individual experience, the lighting in there is like very dark. So it feels like I'm just playing in the dark and I'm just like I'm like pretty like, I don't know, I feel like tired or like sleepy. And talking about the white noise, that room has a lot more white noise than like the ones on stage or in
Hmm.
ears. They have to like pump up the white noise because we're closer. Obviously, we're closer to the enemy team.
Hmm.
So yeah, we actually it's just like constant like static. It kind of sounds like a little like fire extinguisher, like a
Yeah,
very
just like
faint fire extinguisher,
yeah,
like constantly
constantly.
going off.
Yeah.
Um, it was funny because on the first map we were talking about it. First map fracture.
Mhm.
Dan is in like a 1v3,
Yeah.
and for like 40 seconds he's just kind of like shift walking around, just like clearing angles. And all of us, we kind of like, I don't know, with this constant noise, it's kind of like we just like lose focus. We're just like we're not thinking about anything. We're as the dead people, we're like in a trance. I don't know. It's really weird to explain, but yeah, we were just not a big fan of the room. But no excuses, of course. But we didn't play well at all today. But
Yeah. I mean, like, I know what you mean, right? Where it can feel like when you're just trying to focus so hard at the game, and then like you hear like just a constant droning sound, it can either lock you in or just phase you out as a whole, right? Where you're like, cool, I
yeah,
guess I'm going to sleep at this point. Yeah. So I don't
yeah,
blame
yeah,
you.
yeah,
It's it's weird, right? It's weird with in terms of changes in environment, but I'm not here too much to harp on the game. I feel like, yo, it's last game before playoffs, right? It's stuff that you guys can figure out. And like I feel like going back on it so often it just isn't doing me favors. But what I want to know more about Cryo is, and I want to talk about you. I want to talk about your growth this year because I felt like that has been a constant, slow, steady, and a sudden spikes of escalation that we see not only from the team but you specifically, right? So tell me about the work you've been putting in to get to the highs that how these have seen so far.
yeah. I mean, year after year, I at the end of the year, I just kind of like reflect on everything, the whole year. Like, if I have a good day, like what happened during that day? What was I feeling? What was I thinking? Stuff
Mhm.
like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, this year obviously I've had a really big growth in terms of like my individual like mechanics and like comms and also just overall like team play. Um, yeah, I mean, so this year I've gotten more into meditation and yoga.
Oh,
That's kind of
that's kind of
yeah,
right.
yeah. So that's how I kind of start my day. I
Me too.
did a little bit of reading on just kind of like mental performance and like kind of like athletes, just like overall just like mental health, mental performance. So getting more knowledge on that. Um, So yeah, I've done a lot of like focus on my individual on the off season last year. So, but I mean, overall, yeah, I'm just pretty happy with how I've been performing.
I'm glad.
And yeah,
That's cool though, because that's I mean like I find a lot of people talk about mental, right, and like how they say that people have like they usually have like performance coaches to help them out with that, or they may have like other people that kind of keep them in check, or they just like learn to calm down and mellow out, or they like play stuff on the outside to just make sure that they can like stay locked in for when it's game time. But to actually take steps towards find like a zen, right? I feel like that's really sick. It's like and because on your end, like you talk a lot about being like a very confident player, right? And your confidence scales over time, and that's what allows you and the team to do better on itself. So, but if achieving like that zenness, right? Is that a state of mind that you want to be able to help stay locked in the game, or was it something that you want to do for yourself just so you can have clearer minds or clearer head when you perform, or just for yourself?
I think the most important takeaway that I've learned so far and kind of like my whole journey, I guess, on studying all of these,
Hmm?
like mental performance stuff
Yeah.
is just being able to like bring it back. There are a lot of like thoughts going on in my head and
Mhm.
like lots of emotions, adrenaline on stage, but being able to just like really focus back on my breathing, I think that's probably the most important thing that I've learned.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, talking about confidence, I think overall, like if I'm confident in my team and we have like a good system that I fully believe in, and all five of us fully believe in,
Mhm.
good team play, I think that's where I really shine, to be honest,
Mhm.
when, my entire team is kind of like buying into buying into this system that we have and just having full trust in each other.
And are you confident right now? Have you all drank the Kool-Aid? Are you all bought in, bro? Are you all
No,
in?
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I mean, I mentioned it on my tweet after our first win this year against
Mhm.
EG.
I saw that. Yeah, yeah,
Um, well, first win in stage one.
yeah.
But yeah, it felt like our stage one run last year where we were just like really finding our footing and
Mhm.
just really like really good team play, really good comms, and everyone just fully trusted each other, and that's what it kinda reminded me.
Mhm.
So, right now, we're just trusting the process, and we're gonna just clean up all the mistakes that we make on the way.
Okay. I like that. I'm a big fan of trust in the process, right? Something that I've done, I find as you do as teams and esports in general, that has to be the general mentality, or else you kind of get lost in the sauce along the way. Where you think like every step has to be a momentum shift, everything has to mean something. And I don't know. There's an end goal to all this. There always is. So as long as we get there, then we're chilling. As simple as that. On a lighter note, something more so for me. Look, what I'm excited about is to see y'all in Toronto. I'm already manifesting. I'm there. I see you there right now. And I live here. So it'd be hella cool to see y'all here, bro. So just dap y'all up in person. It'd be sick. So now big thing for me, Cryo. Look, I know I know you know Xander's from the city and all that shit, right? Is like, have you heard much about it? Do you fuck with the vibes of it? When you go there, what are you looking forward to eating, seeing, experiencing? Thoughts?
I mean, I haven't really I've never been there,
Yeah.
but I've only heard good things about it, Toronto, so I'm really excited to go. We have to play, who is it? We have to play MIBR and then I think Crew again,
Hmm.
and then if we win those 2, we go to Toronto. So, yeah, I mean, Xander's talked about Toronto a bit, so, hopefully we can bring him there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bring it back home, bro. Exactly. It's just the most important thing though is like, look, I know your taste in music expands a lot, bro. Right now, so when you gonna go get Dabin Lee to actually come play Valorant with all y'all, bro? When is he gonna
I've
become your
actually
sixth in that?
yeah, we can make it happen. I played with Dabin, I think a few months ago.
Oh shit, how was that?
Yeah, he's super fun, bro. He's,
Yeah.
like, super chill, like, super down to earth.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, he's just, like, an incredible human, to be honest, and he just released an album. If you haven't heard about
Mhm.
it or listened to it, so I'd recommend listening to that.
I listen to his songs, match the vibes. I like it. I mess with it. It's like I sit down and drone out a little bit, and I'm like, it's nice. This is nice. I mess with it a lot too. Now, final question that I had here, right, is do you feel like the outside world underestimates this team with what you know you guys are building?
I mean, definitely. I think as a competitor, it's important to, like, have full faith and confidence in your team.
Hmm?
Um I mean, going into this year, like our team was rated like pretty low, to be honest. So we don't really have too much like expectations.
Mhm.
Um, it's only when we started it's only when we started winning where a lot more people kind of have put their eyes on us and kind of like think, oh, 100 T's probably gonna win.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I mean, I think recently we've gotten a lot more expectations to be a winning team, but going into this year, everyone really counted us out, and yeah, I mean, we're just here to do our own thing. We're here to play our own game.
Yes, sir. Which we respect. Now, with that, that is my time, brother. And I appreciate yours, man. GG's to y'all, bro. I'm excited for playoffs, and Cryo, I'm excited to see you here, bro. All right? We're gonna make sure we make that happen. All right, brother. Thank you so much again for your time, man. You take care. I got you soon, all right, man.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Yeah.